All right. It's wild. Uh, Thank you. VO Yeah, it's a officer involved shooting, body cam video thing. And I'm assignment manager Mark Liu here at the desk. New body cam video has just been released that shows LAPD officers chasing after a wanted narcotics suspect and then opening fire after they see that suspect attempting to carjack someone on the 210 freeway. Let me show you that video. You're going to see here officers chasing down 31-year-old Jason Vega after he gave narcotics detectives the slip back on the afternoon of May 5th in Sylmar. This is near Bledsoe in the 210. They say what you see right there is 31-year-old Vega running across the freeway trying to get away from LAPD mission area officers who had been called to back back up those narcotics detectives as they were trying to take Vega into custody. You can see he made it all the way across the 210 freeway. This is body cam video from another officer that was also responding, and you can see that suspect there in the middle of lanes of traffic. And then there's a moment, a heart-stopping moment, where the suspect is almost struck by a big rig that passes right by. Now, as LAPD officers then approached him as he was under an overpass right here, they realized he may have been attempting to carjack one of the vehicles. They said he had what appeared to be a gun in his hand. That's when LAPD officers opened fire. We have paused the video the moment the shots were fired. Take a look. Now, Vega did fall to the ground after that. This is moments just before that shooting. You can see LAPD posted that video. It showed that he apparently was holding something in his hand. Now, LAPD officers say Vega did fall. He did suffer injuries, but they didn't specifically say that he was struck by LAPD officer gunfire. This is also video that has been slowed by LAPD to show what they say is a gun and a knife that was there next to Vega as he was on the ground. This is the evidence they say they've recovered. A Glock handgun, model 22/40 caliber handgun was recovered there, and also a knife. Vega was taken to the hospital, Olive View Medical Center, treated for injuries sustained during this encounter. He was treated and then released for booking. He's now facing assault with a deadly weapon and attempted carjacking. That's it here from the desk. I'll send it back to you. Okay. Hello, everyone. What am I doing at 10:30? I don't know yet. What should I do? How about the parking garage fire? It's pretty good. New Israeli strikes in Lebanon. Wonderful. There goes the MOU.
Israel says 48 soldiers were also killed. Diplomatic sources tell CBS News Qatar, the U.S. and Iran mediated a ceasefire now in effect between Israel and Hezbollah. Earlier Friday, Israeli
Happy early Father's Day, Mark.
Thank you, Justin.
Saying in part, the IDF will act to thwart any threat to our forces and territory. President Trump says the U.S. is committed to peace and that he expects a ceasefire on all fronts, including between Hezbollah and Israel. That instability could threaten the larger agreement between the Trump administration and Tehran.
If I was in the cabinet of the Israeli government, I might not be attacking the only powerful ally that I have anywhere left in the entire world.
The vice president announced late Thursday night his travel to Switzerland is on hold, and it's not yet clear when talks with Iran will take place. The White House says the 60-day clock is already underway to discuss the stickier issues of Iran's nuclear program and curbing future enrichment. Lawmakers on Capitol Hill range from highly critical to skeptical.
This is a deal that in many ways does not treat any of the ends he said.
Iran's top negotiator said Friday that the next phase of talks would be bound by the regime's red lines and warned if the U.S. seeks to be excessive, quote, our fingers are on the trigger. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
Rooftop bees. Okay. Let's see. Oh, great. Well, Strait of Hormuz was possibly closed again. What?
After a star-studded grand opening ceremony here at the Obama Presidential Center, today is all about the public. The $850 million facility will officially open its doors to visitors. And we got a chance to catch up with some lucky youngsters who got a sneak peek. Girl Scouts in this Nashville troop got an early scoop on the Obama Presidential Center, visiting during a recent trip to Chicago. I feel like we all took it all in when we came in. This 19-acre campus on Chicago's South Side features outdoor areas for play and relaxation, a branch of the public library, and a one-of-a-kind museum commemorating Barack Obama's presidency. You're going to have fun, you're going to learn, you're going to see yourself in the stories that we tell. Inside, visitors will see and hear the
Hello?
44th U.S. president.
Yes, that's me.
You won't find in the Obama Presidential Center is
Test, test.
library archive with all of the thousands of those have all been made digital, so now they can be accessed all over the world. Now, the organizers here at the OPC really hope that folks come, they get inspired, bring that changes back to their communities. In Chicago, Jackie Kostek, CBS News.
Oh. Hi. Yeah. Oh no. Okay, that's kind of a long one. That's like a 1:30. So, okay. I can't. No, I got like it's a narrative. I have to, it's like it's got to be cut. So, yeah, we'll say that for the bottom. So you want an early one? I have like older stories from the morning that I could do that I could go quickly on, like the Northridge barricade that lasted all morning. They finally took the guy into custody. I have an update. He stabbed his own uncle or uncle's own nephew, I guess. Yeah, I'll use that instead. Got it. No problem. I'll keep it short. Yep. Okay, bye. 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 Um, yep. No problem. Yep. It's a narrative. I can't really. I can't. Oh God. Yeah. Oh. Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh. Oh, great. Mm.
Something sobering has hit the business of bourbon. Take Jim Beam, bottling success since 1795, the leading
There's
seller of
anything
bourbon
left
in
there,
the
man.
world.
Jesus.
And yet,
We're pausing distillation here at Claremont.
this six-story tower, the self-proclaimed hardest working still in America, has gone idle. bourbon supply suddenly overwhelms.
There's nothing left here, man.
Pause is in effect for all of 2026? That's correct. And the plan is to
There's literally nothing left.
That's the plan.
Freddie knows the great-great-grandson of Jim Beam and an 8th-generation master distiller here.
You don't make whiskey for 230 years without learning a lot of lessons along the way, without seeing a lot of ups and downs. I think this is a part of our story.
Bourbon has to sit to age, but move to sell. Right now, Kentucky's distillers have roughly 16 million barrels of bourbon like these.
There's like nothing left here.
That is a record high. Americans are simply drinking less. U.S. alcohol consumption fell last year to a 90-year low, while the non-alcoholic beer, wine, and spirits category has nearly doubled.
Nobody drinking anymore.
Consumers are finding new ways to enjoy products. They're being more mindful with their dollar.
For many distilleries, bourbon's on the rise.
Where is...
Luca Mariano, A.M. Scott, and
There it
Devil's
is,
River
yeah.
Distillery all filed for bankruptcy.
These spirits, as an industry, have reason for concern, worry.
Yeah, I think this whole alcohol business has some concern, just with consumers shifting some of their drinking habits.
Analyst Kaylee Thuriel tracks the alcohol industry for Nielsen IQ.
So if somebody's only having 2 drinks, you want to make sure you're those 2 drinks.
Jim
What do
Beam's
you-
production pause affects only 16 employees. The distillery placed all of them in other jobs.
Bourbon is who we are in this area.
We asked this group of residents whether they're worried about the state's $9 billion bourbon industry.
This slowing down the production, I don't think that's going to have a huge impact. I don't think the general population is going to know it.
I'm not worried about the product reduction because there's so many opportunities out there.
And it's a part
There isn't one on this side?
It's a rebalancing industry. Expect winners and losers.
My focus is definitely on ensuring that the quality of our whiskey stays where it's been, and with that,
Also,
that will take us where we're supposed to be.
But raising the bar is only part of bourbon's challenge. Mark Liu, CBS News, Claremont, Kentucky.
I'm Rick Watson as we are live inside the U.S. Soccer House here in Venice, where everyone is getting ready for
okay.
the match against Australia.
Beekeeping. Oh, let's see. Hello, everybody. Yeah, the James Campton. Yeah, it was pretty incredible to have Joan London in the building. She was very kind. She was great. She said hello to everybody. She's an amazing journalist. I only got to say hello to her very briefly because I think she was on her way to like another interview. So, and Carter Quest, hello from London. That's great. You're watching from London. Fantastic. What is June like in London? I'm guessing it's pleasant, or is it humid? It is one of my places that I would like to go. I've been to Paris. I've been to Norway. Have not been to London. That's usually where all Americans usually go if they want to start their trips in Europe, and I just haven't been. Oh, great. Okay. Oh. Oh, I need to check text to the desk. What are people sending our way? Nothing. I don't know what this is. Okay. Well, let's see. Anything good going on? Christian Picado, what time is it? Oh, I'm coming up here. The building is still a problem. It's still putting out a lot of white smoke, and there's still an area that's burning in a refrigeration unit. Okay. Just one video, yeah. And I'm Assignment Manager Mark Liu here at the desk. Firefighters had to contend with a fire 4 stories up in downtown LA. When they arrived, they realized there's a parking structure with a van on fire up there. Take a look at some video. You're going to see this fire coming up from this 5-story parking structure at 5th and Spring, right in the middle of downtown. This is about 1:45 this morning. And people woke up and started shooting video of this because of all of that thick black smoke and fire coming from the 4th floor of, yikes, that parking structure right there. You can see the explosion that came out of the windows there, that balcony. LA City firefighters say that was a van up there on the 4th floor that was on fire. Now, because it was 4 stories up, firefighters had to trudge up all those steps to get up there with their hose lines. They also got on the roof in order to make sure that that fire did not spread. The good news is the fire was contained just to that van. No other cars were damaged, but that van pretty much destroyed right now. No injuries. Now firefighters are going to conduct an investigation into what started that fire in that van overnight. That's it here from the desk. I'll send it back to you. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Mike Rogers, Christian. Yeah, Mike Rogers had to do like that was a long pursuit, a lot of work for him. You know, went all the way into Lancaster and was pretty basic until the very end. When it got super exciting, right at the end.
Where we saw them getting ready for the match in Seattle, they were practicing as well. So, if you talk to any of the fans out here, of course, everyone is
I haven't had a pursuit in a while. Knock on wood. Just hasn't been anything. This whole week has been kind of slow in terms of like mid-morning breaking news. There just hasn't been the mid-morning breaking news that sometimes we get. It's all happened. It's all happened for Mike Rogers. But you know, I was on the night shift for 20 years, so I understand that. It's nighttime, especially nighttimes, summertime Friday in Los Angeles is when all the crazy stuff would happen. Absolutely. Is it going to be warm? It's always on a warm night. Actually, if it's just a temperate night, let's see. It's going to be tonight. Yeah, it'll be in the low 70s after work. So that's when everybody decides to relax, head out. They're walking around, they have a drink, and then they go do something silly. It's always the problem. Right after happy hour is when things start to get wild. Ask any police officer in Southern California. Friday nights after happy hour. Yep.
excited for USA Today. Thank you so much. Back to you guys. We're going to
And then again
all the thrills out here.
at 2 or 3 in the morning after its last call. That's the other crazy time. It's got to be wild to be a first responder on a Friday night in LA in the summertime after last call. There's just got to be so many like first responder things that you have to put up with. Police, fire, after last call on a warm Friday night in Southern California. Yeah, it's graveyard. That's right after your shift starts too, because I think graveyard starts around midnight, doesn't it? I think graveyard shift is like midnight to 8 a.m. What time is, yeah, what is LAPD graveyard shift hours? Oh, graveyard is, watch 3 is 6:45 to 6:45 a.m. Oh, I didn't know that. That doesn't seem right. Graveyard is 12 hours? That can't be right. Watch 3? No. Oh, I guess it is. Watch 1 is 6 a.m. to 4 p.m. Watch 2, midday to early night. Watch 3, 6:45, 6:45 a.m. All right, well, okay. I didn't realize that. Huh. That's hard, man. 12-hour days. Oh, LAPD shift schedule. No, see, oh. Huh. Day watch, PM watch, midday watch. Interesting. I'll have to ask that. Guess I never realized that. Okay, great question, Christian. So we technically do have the capacity, I believe, to get a signal into Bakersfield, but the problem is, well, we'd have to be really high because we probably have to hit Mount Wilson. It's possible. Gosh, have we been to Bakersfield before? Like, when was the last time we were in Bakersfield? The furthest that we usually go is Tehachapi. That's about as far north as we've been, Tehachapi. And we probably would not go up there at night because it's just too dark. There's an issue of where we would have to land for fuel. I believe we could maybe, if we were like at 3,000 feet or 4,000 feet, like way up, we might be able to hit Mount Wilson. Because I know the furthest south that we've ever been, I was working that night, it was Larry Welk in the chopper, we saw the lights of Tijuana for a pursuit. So let's see, where's Mount Wilson? Mount Wilson can take a signal from here, measure distance to, let's say, Tijuana. We were right about here. So that's 100 and let's call it 125 miles. I believe Larry said he was at like 3,000 or 4,000 feet. So 125 miles. Let's see how far from Mount Wilson to Bakersfield. That's 92 miles. So we should be able, hi T Gray. Based on this, if we were super high and it was a clear day, we might be able to see Mount Wilson from Bakersfield. But here's the problem. So there's a couple of other issues that we have to deal with. It's not that big of a deal, but first of all, we're in another television market. They have their own TV stations up there. And there are some rules about broadcasting a signal, a microwave signal, on a channel that is assigned to you in your television market, and you're going to broadcast that signal in another television market's area. We have to contact the FCC, I believe, and let them know we're going to do that. And we have to make sure that the signal that's being broadcast does not overlap an already established signal in that new market. Essentially saying we don't want our chopper signal to blow out somebody else's signal in that different city, because we share frequencies, right? You know, the frequency that's used in for our chopper in Los Angeles might also be used for something else in Bakersfield. So we kind of, it's possible, unlikely, but it's possible we could interfere with somebody else's signal. So we got to be sure about that. So basically, if it would have to take a lot for us to continue this pursuit into another city, both for fuel reasons, both for signal reasons, altitude reasons, and just how far away it is. It's now some other city's, you know, issue. I mean, I'm sure if it was like a really important news story, we would do it, but I can't think of a time that we did. Except for that one time we did go into San Diego. Like I said, we were following a pursuit, and my old friend Larry Welk was an incredible pilot and reporter at the time. God, this must have been 2006, 2007. And he was like, I will do it. I will fly. He owned the helicopter. He owned the helicopter company. So he was like, I will fly my own helicopter, you know, and do the coverage and the reporting all the way down into San Diego for the end of this pursuit. And I think, no, didn't we also, we had a pursuit of a woman. It was recent. It was a domestic violence suspect or something. It was a woman that made it all the way to San Diego. And she made it through the border. Do you remember? She had a van or something, a minivan from a halfway house. Do you remember that? It tickles my memory that she actually made it through the border crossing because CHP stopped chasing her and the border guards did not know that she was a wanted suspect. So yeah. Yeah, that's about as far south and as far north. I think the far north we've gone is Tehachapi. There was a pursuit that went up far. And then, of course, to the east, we went to Ridgecrest. I mean, that was super far, right? Ridgecrest was, where is Ridgecrest? Ridgecrest is, I was not working that day, by the way. Mike Rogers did that. Yeah, Ridgecrest, that was pretty far to the north, too. So I guess that's even further than Tehachapi, technically speaking. East, how far have we gone east? Like maybe Barstow? Certainly past Big Bear. We've gone up to Big Bear a couple of times, but not past Big Bear that I can remember. Can't think of the time we've gone to Palm Springs. West, we've been to Santa Barbara a couple of times for earthquakes, fires, floods, stuff like that. Yeah. There's a lot of things to consider with the chopper because since you know, we have only one crew on duty at a time. There was an era back in the early 2000s where we had two choppers. It's called the Power of Two. It was right when the duopoly was merged, when CBS and KCAL were merged. We had two choppers, so we were much more open to flying one chopper really far away because we had a backup chopper. We had a backup chopper crew on duty all times. Now we kind of don't. We only have one crew. We fly one chopper at a time. So if we're going to send that chopper all the way to, say, you know, Bakersfield, what happens when there's like a major incident in Anaheim? Your chopper's in Bakersfield and you know you have like a huge incident, like say like a huge 5-alarm fire in Anaheim. Well, guess what? You're out of luck. You're not going to get video of that for 4 hours because the chopper's got to fly all the way back and then refuel, and then fly all the way down. So that's just some of the things that the assignment desk has to consider on a regular basis, as to how far out are we going to fly the chopper, when I was the assignment manager, one of my duties was constantly managing the fuel in the chopper, is staying in touch and managing the fuel, and you sort of get a feel for how the longevity of the chopper. You talk with a pilot, you understand how fast it can go. Max speed's about 110 knots, where they can land. You coordinate. A good assignment manager always coordinates with the chopper pilot and the crew as to like where they can land, how long they're going to stay overhead. You only got 30 minutes of fuel left, and nothing's going on. Maybe it's better to just land early. If nothing's going on, just land now, and fuel up to be ready, because you don't want to have an issue where, like, in the last 10 minutes of your fuel, you suddenly have a breaking news story, because you're not going to get it. So we have landed early sometimes when nothing's going on, just so we can get a full tank of gas, because chopper, depending upon if they're close to an airport, they can stay up for about 2.5 hours. So, yeah, but we fly the chopper a lot. I mean, every 30 hours, the chopper needs to go through some kind of a minor maintenance, which just takes a couple of hours. And then every 100 hours, the chopper has to basically, 100 hours of flight, I believe they got to basically take the engine apart to check it and rebuild anything in there that has any issues. The chopper engines are remarkably simple. They have to be, because you don't want an overcomplicated engine, because if the engine fails, you're in big trouble. So the engines actually are pretty simple comparatively, compared to other aircraft engines. I mean, they're still complicated, but compared to other aircraft engines, they're relatively simple, which is good, because you want as few moving parts as possible, I guess. And I'm not an aircraft mechanic, but my dad was, and so yeah, they basically almost rebuild the engine, I think, every 100 hours, and it takes about a day. We have a backup chopper, so we use that instead, and then it's good to go. I mean, to my knowledge, in the 23 years that I've worked here, we have not had no, we did. I'm sorry, we did have a helicopter-related issue, but it was not. It was a crash, but no one was killed. It was back in, I want to say 2009 or 10. Pilot by the name of Derek Bell was flying in one of our choppers, and shortly after takeoff, the engine failed, coming out of Whiteman Airport. So he turned around and did something that's called auto rotation, which is a very high skill level maneuver that helicopter pilots need to know how to do. You basically, if you have no engine power, in short of as I understand it, you try to get as much forward momentum with your chopper as you can when the engine is dead, so that the blades spin really fast as you move forward, and at the last minute you use that spinning of the blades, you switch direction of the chopper, you pull back, and the spinning of the blades gives you some lift right before you land, and so it slows you down in the last 50, 100 feet or whatever. And Derek performed an auto rotation, and it was almost perfect. When he pulled back just a little too hard, but he did land the chopper, but it broke the tail off. But I mean, he was a combat pilot. He flew for, I believe, the Army. He flew Cobra helicopters. So he was a very, very good pilot, and he saved everybody's life on the chopper, including his own. And yeah, I mean, he landed that chopper with a dead engine, which is like, he's a hero. That's the only helicopter incident that I can think of a news helicopter emergency for our station that I've had to deal with. There was another one, again, about 10 years ago in Hollywood, when KTLA's chopper, flown by a guy named Tim Lin, that had an engine malfunction. It ended up being like an oil problem, and Stu was in our chopper, and he caught video of it. I was working with him that day, and they showed, we saw Stu said, like, oh, there's KTLA's got a problem, and he showed video of like huge amount of black smoke coming out of the KTLA chopper as it started to lose altitude over Hollywood. And I was like, oh my gosh, this KTLA is about to go down. And again, Tim was a great pilot. He didn't lose engine power. I mean, the engine didn't die, but he lost some engine power, I believe, and he was able to put it down safely amidst all the smoke into a parking lot in Hollywood. And he put it down safely, no injuries, no damage to the chopper, and they were actually able to fix the engine right there in the parking lot and take off again. It was like it was like burning oil basically. It was a severe oil leak or something. So yeah, that's good about choppers with planes. The blades fit naturally because of even the air. The infields you don't fall entirely. It's a slow control. Yeah, right. Yeah, Tigre Hermano. That's right. I mean, auto rotation. It seems crazy to me. Like I just like when I think about like what that is. I mean, it works. It saves lives, and certainly saved Derek's life and his crew in our chopper. It blows my mind that that's how physics works. I'm not a pilot. Again, my dad was. He knew about it too. He was a fixed wing pilot, not a helicopter pilot. Oh, hello, Rachel. Rachel, have you ever flown in the news helicopter?
Huh?
Have you ever been in a news helicopter or flown in a news helicopter?
Never.
Oh.
Have you?
Yes.
And?
It is pretty much one of the coolest jobs in the business.
Really?
I mean, to be a helicopter reporter, you know, I love Desmond, and I make fun of him all the time. But it's like you get to fly around and look at stuff, and then just talk about what you see. That's it. You really can't be wrong. You just you just say like, I see this. Look, this thing's on fire. Look, this guy's running. I mean, that's it.
It is a cool job.
Yeah, it is. If you get over the air sickness.
See, and I don't like to be up in the air, so.
Yeah.
I don't like heights, so.
It's a cool job until your assignment test tells you you have to fly in the rain, you have to fly in the wind, and you're like, yeah, that's. I did it. I mean, I get a little motion sick. I think, you know, Mike Rogers is actually very good at it. He's a very good.
Enjoy it?
Yeah, I mean, I think he does enjoy it. I think he likes it even more than doing the desk. He's really good at it. Well, it's super fun. I mean, you're basically playing a video game up there. Because the controller is a lot like an Xbox controller for the camera. It's like a big Xbox controller.
You're controlling it and you're talking?
Yeah, that's the skill set. Is you got to talk and run the camera at the same time.
That's pretty awesome.
Oh, you fancy, boy.
You fancy.
Who fancy? I try to be fancy.
So do they want you guys to do that too, Mark?
No, I'm not. I never trained for it. About 15, 17 years ago, Larry Welk offered to train me. He was like, leave CBS and come work for Angel City Air and I'll train you. And I told him no. Sometimes I kind of wish I had. And then Mike Rogers trained to do it and he loves it. And yeah, he's our backup for when Desmond's off sometimes.
So on the air, who's allowed to talk? Up in the chopper.
Mike, Desmond,
Schreiber's not, right?
Schreiber, I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, what are the rules?
Yeah. That's a great question. I forgot. I don't recall hearing Schreiber talk. Maybe I have.
I know he's up there.
Yeah, he's really good at it too. He's a really good camera and transmitter operator. But
Sweet. Yeah, the air, I can't be up in the
yeah, I mean, even veterans like Gil Levis, he told me like sometimes. Yeah, Gil. I mean, he's a veteran. He's like, sometimes I just wanted to throw up in the chopper. Yes, Gil's like reporting. I mean, he used to just be Larry's photographer, and he was a ground photographer at KTNV with, with Michael Johnson. Yeah, Gil left right before I got there to be a assignment manager. Yeah. Gil's a good guy. I miss him.
Speaking of Michael Johnson, I haven't seen Mojo in a long time.
He now works Friday, Saturdays. No, he's off Friday, Saturdays.
Oh, good.
So he gets like, he can,
Have a life?
he has a life. Yeah, he goes out on Fridays now.
Good. Like, he and Kathy have worked weekends forever.
They're 20 years. More than 20 years, yeah.
But they wanted to, right?
Yeah, that was her choice, yeah. let's see. Hey, Mark, when was the last time a pursuit went from Los Angeles to Arizona or Nevada? Gabriel Callis, I cannot think of a time that a pursuit went from LA to Nevada or Arizona. There must have been one, but I can't, like a time a pursuit went up to 15. I can't remember. I cannot remember a time that I'm sure there must have been one. Christian Dez works night shift, Monday through Friday. He's our primary helicopter reporter and photographer in SkyCal at night. I don't think we do ride-alongs anymore in the chopper. Sorry, man. I don't even think I could get up to the chopper for a ride-along if I wanted to. Only Mike Rogers gets to do it now. There were a couple of amazing pursuits that happened here, but there was one that happened in LA right before I got here, and the previous assignment manager, a guy named Matt Hill, told me about it. It was a pursuit of a big rig that was a 7-Up delivery truck, and it was full of cans of 7-Up, and apparently it was one of those big rigs where the side of the cargo container opened, and whoever stole this pickup truck took it when the side door of the cargo container was open. And so every time that this truck made like a left turn, like cans of 7-Up would fly out onto the street and break. And there was like, every time he made a turn, there was like cans would fly out and 7-Up would land everywhere. I was like, that must have been an amazing one. There was that tank that was stolen in San Diego in the early 90s that someone drove from an army armory or barracks. Let's see, there was one where somebody was throwing money. That was a good one. Yep, pursuits, our favorite thing. Our favorite thing to talk about. Oh. Still no. We're suspecting the video of that body cam video of that shooting involving that dog the other day. Today. This could be a Mike Rogers thing. Woo. Oh, you know what? Well,